All right, folks. We are live here at Alexandria for our first affair of the afternoon. A little earlier start than we were anticipating. Looks like we're going 17-minute periods. We're playing serious hockey, so we're scrambling to get set up. We've got an early birthday wish already for a Hillman that's at home. Stand by as we're getting things set up, folks. Yeah, we'll get it. So face-off coming here.
Got Hendrick's
line. Cover me for the moment while I'm getting things set.
Should take the puck across the blue. Tries to weave across the defense. Takes a nice shot up high, just over the glass. Good little start. Attacking right away. We'll have a face-off just to the left of the Centennial goaltender.
I think they recognize, Jeff, that you and I weren't quite ready for the start of this hockey game. They're giving us a little break, so we'll get
a two-ref system today. Little curl out by the Centennial defense, picked up by Wayzata, then right back to Centennial. They dump it in. Jinx chases it up the board. She'll bring it up there.
Can one of you guys run the iPad? It's pretty easy. Thanks. All right, Jeff, we're back full strength. I think I got camera duty ready. We got iPad rolling. We're rolling 1604.
Oh, good shot by Booble, straight in the slot, a backhander. The goaltender made a nice save. Trying to cycle it down the corner to Kiana. When you're ready, Chris, you can take it.
All right, so we'll have Boobles chase the corner. I'm going to move to a more advantageous spot here into the corner. Try to get ahead so we get the best angle at all this game. So it's Mead possessing. That one comes out front. Blocker saved. Unconventional goalie stance here with the right-handed glove of a Centennial goaltender. Puck pops high behind the net to Wilson. She'll stumble on her way out. That's played up the half wall, but held by Harn for the moment. She'll get pinched, and Mead will be on to help. Long change coming here. Looks like Freed's going to pick this one up at mid-court and head back in on offense. She's got a zone that she can go. She drops to Mead. Out of the point, she drops one hard. Couldn't be gloved by the goaltender for Centennial St. Louis Park. So now it's Evelyn Suraju wrapping. Tries to go far side. Low shot, just wide. Pinched by Joseph. Leaves it at the wall. Supported then. Comes out to mid-ice for Noble. Noble's going to put in just on side. Puck pops back into the Wayzata offensive zone. Alvarez will play that behind her net, and we'll get an icing all the way back down in the offensive zone for Wayzata.
So interesting fact, the goaltender, Gatlin is her last name, her father and I work together.
Outstanding.
He's a superintendent. And other thing is that she trains in the summer with Angie, so they get to play against each other today. I bet there's a little bit of rivalry going.
Certainly going to get the best out of both goaltenders today, and knowing that there's an in-house rivalry, maybe a chance to talk about it. Oh, this one pops out. Alvarez has a trouble gloving that one. Good chance for Centennial here. So an earlier start, maybe with the 17-minute periods, that's how we ended up where we're at. So Morris will come through center ice. She's got a lane to walk in. She gets steered off the puck, but is able to get to the corner with Russo. Russo will circle, puts it out front for Sergio. That's hammered quick whistle, stop. Maybe we had the net come off or we lost track of the puck.
Yeah, very quick whistle. Puck there. Not sure what these ropes are doing any good in the section here that we're filming by, but good vantage point nonetheless.
It's the better vantage point. We'll, if we need to give way to the disabled, we will.
Of course.
So Hillman now on. Aboud's going to pinch at the half wall. She'll put it back into the corner as she falls to the ice. Hillman's going to apply pressure behind the net. Fry's on to support. Steered back behind the net. Hillman's going to chase. Kurtz backs out. Long stretch by Fry's. Breaks up that attempt. Kurtz will put it off the wall up to Hillman. Little tie up at right in front of us. Played hard wall work. Kurtz will now back it out over to Aboud, who tries the touch pass but didn't quite get enough of it. She'll give way to Kurtz behind the Wayzata net. Kurtz will fan on the first pass attempt, back to Aboud, backhand up to Fries. Fries will put it out center, and that's a good clean breakout for Wayzata. That clean breakout, Jeff, is something that I'd like to see us get proficient at in this game and carry over. It's a backhand pass into space that found a driving forward for Centennial. That one comes out front. It's tipped. Kurtz ties her girls up, and Angie Alvarez does her job, swallowing it up and freezing, knowing that there's trouble in front.
There was trouble. We had our winger got caught down way low in the corner and popped out, so they had a free chance without that winger trying to pop it out.
It's very true. So this is a quick breakout. That'll be Jenks up to Buboltz. Buboltz will play up the wall. She can put one in.
It's a good shot. Falling down, put a little all that weight into it.
It's a funny thing. We had a talk. She was talking about physics and science, and the Newton laws. And she says, "How's that going to affect me later in life?" I said, "It's affecting you right now, little one." So this will play in deep to Mead to chase. She'll play it off the back wall while the rest of her line changes. Sergiu comes on in support. Russo at the half wall to steal it. Finds. Nice backhand pass just wide on the shot by Mead. Played out to the point. That's freed. She'll go back to the corner. Sergio in on it. Picked up by Russo. She'll try to walk to a dangerous spot. That's loose. And then finally covered and frozen. We get the whistle for Wayzata.
Nice play by Freed. When she got the puck there, she could have taken a shot. We had nobody around the net at all. She just kind of put it back down low, let us go in attack. We tried to pop it out for the
This is a driving Noble into the slot. I think Sergiu just recognized it late.
Late and passed it right to the back of the net.
You know, there's a couple things that I wonder if these girls see sometimes. I don't know that they see shins, and I don't know that they see the net. That's a one-time out front, just kind of a bubble hockey spinorama by Morris there, right down Broadway. Actually got it on net, and it looked like a good hard shot.
Yeah, I don't think she got all of it, but the goalie made a nice save and steered it to the corner.
This pops out of the zone. It's going to be picked up by Freed at center ice. He'll play up to Morris. Morris can tip in. Russo's going to scoop it up. She puts one over the top. Gets a favorable bounce. And now back into the corner. Kurtz on late. She's going to put one in over to the opposite corner. I think she thought Sergiu was going to be there. Fortunately, nobody was, and it squirts to the corner and safe for the moment. Now Kurtz, cross ice one time into the guts of the forward for Centennial. Spring Lake Park. Morris in on the forward check. That plays the half wall. Fries in with speed. She'll play through a check, around, still chasing. She's going to take a look, freeze, but get pinched. Played around the wall. Jose is going to be late to it. Pops out into the neutral zone. She's going to try to enter with speed. She comes across through the slot, and that is gloved. Unfortunately, an opposite-handed goaltender in this game wasn't expecting that, maybe.
That was a nice shot. Nice and low, right on the net. That was actually a really nice save. Goalie tracked that well, no rebound at all.
So Hendricks will take this to the left-handed glove. I'm sorry, it's god dang it, it's a right-handed glove of the Centennial Spring Lake Park goaltender. Won by Centennial. Kurtz sees her girl frozen at the top of the circle and recognizes she can come in. Joseph will pinch. Fries will play to the corner. She's going to come off, and it looks like Hendricks heading to the bench as well. Kurtz will pinch again. She'll intercept, play into a shin. She can play a little pit-pat with Wilson coming on with the fresh stick. Hillman shivs off a check attempt, plays back to Wilson behind the net. Wilson will reverse to Hillman. Hillman can find Joseph alone at the point. She'll stop it at the half wall though. Positional play. There should be open space if the girls want to see it. I think we got to talk a little bit more in the offensive zone, Jeff. It looks like Centennial Spring Lake Park is overloading on their defense. Don't know if that's intentional or not, but just maybe a lack of structure. Buboltz will pressure here. Give a chance for Kurtz to play the 50-50. It's played out. No ice. Joseph will gather. She can go with speed as she's going to catch everybody on a change. Buboltz back to Joseph. Joseph finds Mead. Really smart play. Joseph heads for the bench. Mead comes in against 5. Unfortunately, everybody else was off for a change. She's going to try to play hard to the corner. Pops out to Aboud up to Suraju. Mead can now find the bench. Suraju will go to the corner. Fries will come on. Russo standing alone in the slot, but 3 defensemen or 3 white jerseys kind of thwart that attempt. This will play through the middle. Hard, steered off. That was almost a near just fumbled play. Overskated by Aboud. Fortunately, the lane wide open for Alvarez to get a good look at that one, glove it, and hand it to the official for a face-off to her right, blocker side.
Yeah, back check. You got to pick up that trailer. That trailer's all alone, and they're coming back a little bit late.
That hits the side of the net. I would almost call that a post attempt. We'll check the scoreboard. That plays out front. Kind of caught Jenks watching the puck, lost track of her girl out front. She recognized a little bit later and was able to recover. And fortunately, Alvarez sniffed it out, blocked it, and said, "I'll cover it. We'll try this one again."
Yeah, that's a good play by Alvarez. Freeze that. Good face-off here.
Face-off won by Russo, picked up by Freed. Freed will backhand around the wall. Suraju is going to have to peel it. Doesn't have enough muster, but she can find Harn. Harn across ice, going to bounce, play the carom, will be Morris. Morris enters free. She gets hooked on her way, puts one on net. Good save by the goaltender for Centennial Spring Lake Park. Played back into the corner casually by Harn. Russo in on the forecheck. Now Morris. Hard attempt out, but not cleared. Freed will go cross ice to Harn. Harn will hold. She fans. She's going to try to put back in, but puts into the skates of a driving. Hendricks is going to find a burst of speed. She's going to have to put one through a body. Doesn't, but it plays to the corner. Now it's out to the point. Back to the corner, Hendricks. Supported by, that's Fries in late. Popped up in the air, lost puck for the moment. Fries will be the benefactor. She'll play in and around the boards. Hillman's going to rush this one. Peel it off the dasher, put it back around to Hendricks behind the opponent net. Played out and back in and offsides. Haran kind of caught up between space. It's yes or no, and she wasn't quite sure on either.
It's one of those, I don't know, I'm going to go kind of, and kind of never really works very well.
Yep.
Unless you get lucky. You got to go 100% or back out.
Yep. So that's one easily by Hendricks, played to the wall. Fries will play up to herself. Converged on by 2 white jerseys. They'll reverse the wall. Good positional play by Wayzata. Caught a little bit on the breakout here. Noble recognizes, head down, plays it in. You know, playing against a team like this, I guess that's okay, but you gotta be darn sure that that's not gonna squirt out to a driving forward. Joseph plays through a body, picked up by Wilson now. Wilson mishandles, and now it's top of the circle and out of the zone for Centennial. Another mishandle. Buboltz is gonna have to come across. She doesn't play through the stick, but good back check and recovery by Noble. That one hits a skate. Now Joseph will just back things out and take a second look. Wilson, battle at the top of the circle, kicks, and it's cleared for the moment. Now it can go.
Joseph had some time and space, so she doesn't need to make that pass, even though Kiana was kind of open. She could just take that puck and skate it out of the zone.
So Wilson will come in free. She gets a shot just wide of the net. Good hold play by Wilson. She heads to the bench. Buboltz is going to stay to cover for D for the moment, as I think Noble's in deep. That one's a nice another save. Played in and into the guts of the goaltender of Jeff's co-worker. His daughter. What's her name? Alice? Gatlin.
You know that play by Noble, though, they're talking about being dangerous. In that particular case, it wasn't so dangerous because the player was standing flat-footed.
Exactly.
So you can get back. It's when the player's coming at you that you got to be careful. They tip the flag.
Hopefully that's something that's getting recognized by these girls this year and something they're seeing. That's a shot and a save. Played to the side of the net. Finally, frozen. Sprawling, laying on her back. Goaltender for Centennial. Great play.
Well, we're going to want to solve this goaltender. She's feeling pretty good right now, making some saves.
Shots are 10-4 in favor of Wayzata thus far in this hockey game. Can't believe we're at 4:20 left in the first. That's a tip, makes its way through. Not a lot on it from the point, but still made it through nonetheless. So a 17-minute period went pretty fast here already, Jeff. We haven't had a lot of stoppage of play. That's a fumbled puck at center ice, kind of just bouncing. Kurtz couldn't quite gather it. She's got it now, though. Stoned just at the blue line. Morris will pick it up, give way to Russo. Russo finds the top corner. Cheddar.
Great pass right to the middle. Russo didn't have a lot of time. What she did use is the D as the screen. And that's the difference. I don't know that the Centennial goaltender recognized that pass was coming. She got caught in the middle of the net a little bit.
So one thing that happens in 2025 hockey, and it's been occurring over the last couple of years, and maybe it's been a maturation of hockey all along, but different angles of your blade and being able to shoot the puck away from your body, close to your body at different awkward angles. We've talked about it with the teams that we've coached, Jeff, over the years, and that's, like you said, that's a perfect example of using a screen in front of you, using the length of your stick to put one on net.
Yeah, you learn pretty quickly as you move up the ranks that you don't have that 1-1,000, 2-1,000 lined up. And even if you did, the goalie just gets set on it, so you got to learn how to do the quick shot.
So this will be Hillman at half ice. She's going to walk through one stylus, puts one on net, stick to the corner by the goaltender for Centennial. Played out front, bouncing puck. Jenks will gather it, puts it on. Little flopper to the corner, but it had a little bit of velocity to it. That one's played up and out. Rolling puck isn't going to get there for ice. It's a race anyway. Picked up at the circle. She's alone, and Jenks will pause for the moment. She wants to take a look. Up ice to Hillman. Yep, shoulders slumped for Hillman means it's the end of her shift. Dangerous play, almost in the mixer, and it's the wrong mixer. Hillman's going to try to get the last couple minutes. She steers a girl to the ice. No penalty on the play. Now she's going to head to the bench. Harn's going to back off of this one. Noble will play it in her own defensive zone. Played out, fumbled for the second. Buboltz will pick it up at center ice. She'll drop to Mead. Mead will get it into her skates. Couldn't quite blade it. Now back around to Buboltz. Buboltz will circle. Now she gives way to the point. That's Freed. Freed will try to put one through traffic. Just missed tip by Wilson and Mead on the attempt. Mead's going to have it.
Stick on the ice.
Bodies down out front, getting a screen from Buboltz and Wilson doing their best attempt at it. Played out to the point again. Bubaltz is going to try to body her way out front. That one's, left for Wilson. Backhand attempt just wide. Played in behind the net. Good zone pressure by Wayzata. Let's see if they can keep the foot on the gas. Bubaltz heads to the bench. Mead's going to be in as everybody was looking at that one.
Centennial is really tired right now. We were able to just switch it up.
So they'll get one all the way down. I don't think that's...
Right now.
Yep.
There's nobody here.
I think Alvarez maybe just a little bit stunted on one that earlier this season that she, just an errant one that went through the wickets. I would have liked to see her come out and play that one, just like you said.
That's when you lick your chops. You see that one, you see that they're making a change. Jump and pounce on it and fire it up the ice.
Goalie assist, right? Like that's what we're looking for. That one's out of the zone just barely. Noble was lucky to pick that one off the first bounce like a shortstop.
Especially in a game like this when you're not getting a lot of action, those are the opportunities you actually can get yourself into the play.
For sure.
Have a little fun with it.
Try some stuff out, right?
Make a mistake every once in a while.
So Morris in. That's Russo. Big pop fly over the top of the net and lands right on the basket. That was a slow pitch 50-footer, almost snuck in.
I was going to go over the net and reaching forward and almost knocked it in the room.
So gotta say, love the Alexandria area to visit, Jeff. We were at Copper Trail Brewing for lunch. Outstanding spot. Food was great beer. We get the luxury of playing in the RCC rink here this afternoon in game 1. We get the unfortunate draw tomorrow morning for 8 a.m. So everybody put the calendars, mark your alarms early tomorrow. We'll be live and in action 8 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning.
Well, you're making me hungry, Chris. I didn't have a chance to stop on the way up to get a sandwich, so I'll have to do that afterwards. We got a hockey game.
We got a hockey game to get to. Little warning for those in earshot. That'll bring it up ever. It is the slowest Starbucks maybe in the Midwest. Just a pre-warning.
Good to know. They're going to scrape the ice here, give us some fresh ice. I think that's going to help us.
It's probably a good thing. I'm going to try to. Yep. Probably a good thing. Didn't recognize there must have been a game on before us. So we'll pause for the moment. Be back in about 10 minutes for the next 2 periods of this hockey game. All right, Jeff, we're back in action. Rumor has it we're having trouble with the color microphone for Jeff. So if somebody can shoot a text to Jeff, let him know if they can hear him.
Yeah.
We'll get back to action.
I'm looking for Dan Jinks. He's kind of our technical.
He's our ears in the
from
field.
afar. And it's too bad because I think I had my best period all year.
Without a question.
Here, all for naught. But you were here, and you'll always remember it.
We'll put it on tape. We'll try to clean it up. Make sure that you get the interview credit for the big network when it comes. So back to action here. Wayzata will enter into their offensive zone. Hard play to the corner by Fries. We've got to remember we're in outstate Minnesota, and it's going to be a blatant penalty for one to get called. Fries will play up. Hillman played in front. Jinks back into her position.
All right, looks like we're back here.
All right, we are back. We're going to look to put another quality set of audio on file here in the RCC rink in Runestone Community Center, Alexandria. So correction on the board. We are not, in fact, playing Grand Forks.
Good chance here.
That's played into the skate by Abood. Played up and back in, supported by Booballs. Booballs can walk into the slot. She puts one off the blocker, short side on Centennial. That'll play up the wall. Abood's going to get there, peel it, play up and back to the corner, just out of the reach of Wilson. Wilson will play to Mead. Booballs standing in the slot, finds its way out to Abood. She takes a look. Glove, backhanded, long stretch.
Late whistle there.
Late whistle and frozen. Great save by goaltender Megan, as we learned.
Yeah, Megan Gatlin. Because my audio wasn't working in the first period, I'll repeat myself, but the goaltender for Centennial, actually, her father and I worked together, and so we were talking in between periods, and it's Megan Gatlin.
So very small hockey community here. Just across the state of Minnesota. For those of you that maybe aren't, hockey centric in Minnesota, that finds nice one-time shot by Wilson. Too many bodies on the ground though, and it's going to be an odd one for Wayzata. They'll posture up nicely. That one pops off, awkward carom off the back wall, comes out front. Wilson there to clear. Now it'll be Evie Mead one-on-one. She can have a step. And she's got it. She can walk in. Pops up, just caught the heel of her stick and up and over top of the net. Harn's going to get emerged on by 2. Russo on late to support. Harn plays up the wall, turned over, and back out. Hits her own player on the clearing attempt. Suraju will scoop up that, come across to Lexi Morris and into the goaltender guts. Last game she snuck that one under the armpit. This one, not so much.
I really love the play on Evie entering the zone this time, and she went wide and didn't try to, put it through the skates, just take it wide. She had the speed and did it. I really love to see our team come across the crease. We're just trying to shoot that short side. Goalie's holding on to the post there. We got to get her to move side to side.
Yep. Couldn't agree with you more on that one, Jeff. So Russo to arm side, that's Joseph up to Suraju. Suraju's going to freeze. She can hold 2 on her own, no problem. Morris in to break it up. Suraju will reverse behind the net, give way to Suraju, or to Morris. Russo's going to get that gift out front. Tried to peel off attempt, and then just sat on again by the goaltender for Centennial.
Yeah, Gatlin's really holding them in. 20 shots, 1 goal. It's a nice goal, but she's made some really nice saves.
It's a clean win out to the point. Dangerously played out front to Joseph, who's reluctant to put it right back in. Suraju now will hold the corner. She bites and falls. She'll trip again, but stay on her skates. She's strong on her skates, which is a good trait to have here at 15 UA hockey. Noble will play that to the side of the net. Suraju is going to be workhorse that one back in. Back in. Now Russo will go to work. Give way to Morris. Trying to find a slot open. That's got to be a go by Joseph. Suraju will be late to cover. Morris. And now a race between Noble and number 19. She can play the stick. Pops out dangerous. Out front, it's loose. Now it's out and cleared just misplayed by the defenseman for Centennial. A little bit of an errant play. She backhand passes blindly to Suraju, who can enter with speed. Suraju given all kinds of fits here in her first shift of the second period. So 13-17 and ticking in the second.
Again, taking the shot right into the shin pad of the defense. We just skated around and wait for the play to develop, and a little bit more patience, and we're going to pay off.
That's a quick attempt. I think that's a design play between Hendricks and Fries, but just hits a skate on its way through. That'll get deep into the corner. Aboud's going to pick it up. Play out to the point, turned over, and wide of the net. Fries will give back to Kurtz. Kurt's going to look to stretch long, finds Hillman, who will gather, play into the corner, and now she'll be in a race. She'll pick it up, look to the slot, hits a skate. Hendricks fans, and it'll be Centennial going the other direction. 2-on-1. Kurtz is going to find herself on an island. That shot wide. Luckily, Karam keeps it behind the net. Now it's played out. Hillman couldn't gather. Played up and back in. We'll get offsides and a face-off's coming out of the zone.
They do intentional offsides because that was about as intentional as it can get.
Should come out to at least to center ice, but we'll get it just outside of the zone.
Yeah, we have another team we're playing against, Centennial, that's got a little bit shorter bench, quite a bit of shorter bench than ours. And so over the time of this period, the end of this period, and the beginning of the next, I think we'll be wearing them down.
So this is a pass from Meade to Wilson. Wilson's going to gather, just a shot low. I like that shot attempt, but just stabbed out of the air, and now we're going to get icing all the way back down for Wayzata. Now we've got the full production crew in effect. We've got Addie Joseph, who part-time color commentator, full-time camera woman, back in the game. Glad to have you on board, Addie.
Well, she's a hockey player, so she knows how to follow that puck around. And I bet you're going to get just as good at camera angles, and you're going to get better play-by-play now without the distraction.
For sure, I can't be distracted. So that's a face-off one back, can't quite get through the net. Jiggs is going to take a slapper. Tried to be redirected by Wilson. Bubolt's in on the forecheck, comes out to Harn. Harn's going to put one in off a boot, and that'll be Meade. Meade to Wilson. Wilson's going to look for Bubolt's in the slot. Now Bubolt's is covered up. Meade in the corner. She'll give to Wilson. Bubolt's going to chase this one. Nope, that's going to be Wilson to chase her own puck to the corner. Harn will pinch. Evie will come in to support. Now it's picked up by 18 of Centennial. Played out front and beyond the stick of Noble. We're not going to get icing. Oh, we do get a late icing call from the forward official. Maybe just
kind of overruled the back judge, but we'll take it.
It's an interesting two official game. No hand in the air on the backside, but front side official says, no, that's icing, buddy.
I think that the refs need to communicate. He could have said no and waved it off, but he just kind of did a juggling motion, and the front ref didn't know what that meant.
So played into the corner. Morris will possess. Suraju's going to pick it up around on the opposite corner. Played back behind the net. She knows Morris is coming in to pursue. Played out front. Stick fanned Russo. Russo's going to put another one on. That's blocked down to the top of the circle near side. Friedel pinch, a little bit of an awkward position. Now we're back into correct strategic play. Oh, that's a dangerous flopper out front. Now again, Fried's going to race this one, 50-50 puck. She'll play in. Suraju pinch. Played up. That's a half pinch by Fried. And what have we talked about, Jeff? So Fried kind of just wasn't quite fully decisive on that half pinch, and it doesn't take much to overcome just that attempt. So Russo's going to come in. She'll come clear through the blue line.
Somebody's got to go to the net.
That'll play up, off, and it's loose. Played in, tipped up over the top of the net. Russo gathers that one. She's going to steer on the wall. She gets pushed down, and we'll get our first penalty of this hockey game.
That's a little shove. I think Russo is a little bit off balance. It looked worse than it was, but You know, when we entered the zone, Christy made a nice move, did a nice job of not trying to go through the skates. That's when our F2, they call it, the second player's got to just go to the net. That's going to draw the defense down. It's going to create time and space for the other player or a rebound, which came out.
One of the keys for this team, though, is you're going to the net, like go to the net and also have your stick ready in a position to shoot because we got to pull the trigger.
We saw that in the first period, you know, nice rebound. When you get in that front of the net space, you want to be heavy on your stick, they call it. So you want to get the lean and the weight on the stick so that it stays down and you're harder to move when you get a lower center of gravity. It makes it harder for the defense to push you out of the way. And oh, by the way, sometimes it hits your stick and goes in the net.
So it looks like we're going to get a little pause in the action as we're struggling with the official scoreboard here. You know, it's volunteer hours. I think we're trying for a 2-minute penalty unless it seems like there's smiles on both benches here. Looks like we're going to get a standard minor 2 minutes for roughing.
Yeah, I think that's the case. They're just having a hard time. You know, we get people get a little nervous running the clock, and that's new to them. And I don't want to run the clock either. That's not my gig.
Hey, there's a reason we do the easy stuff, and that's their production crew. So
I think they're just going to play without the clock on it. They can just say, "Hey, it's 10:02.
10:02
minus 2 is 8:02." I think by my math.
I've got the same math, so two of us can't be wrong. We're going to get Russo, Morris, and Suraju on the power play with Joseph and Kurtz. You could argue that there isn't a number one power play for this team, but this team more often than not gets the first swipe at it. And deservedly so, I think. She can walk through here. That's played up into the shoulder of the goaltender. Good save. They'll set it up once again. She can walk back into the slot. That's Russo. Pops it over the top of the net, though. Now it'll be 19 for Centennial going the other direction. Kurtz with her long reach can play up to Suraju. That's in the zone, but back out. Surju's got to get back onside. Kurtz recognizes and clears.
Nice play.
Now Joseph. Joseph can play to the corner, but then she runs into not only two defenders, but an official. Kurtz, quick recovery there. She'll quarterback out. Play to the board. Up to Suraju, who can tip to Russo. That's played to the boot of Suraju, to the line, but not out and held. Now it'll be back in the corner, possessed by Wayzata. Surju's going to come off for Fries. Now Morris. Morris will go to the point, backhanded Joseph. Joseph play out front to Kurtz. Kurtz can walk if she wants. One-time attempt. Russo steered wide. Morris there. That one plays to the slot.
This got to stay in.
Now it's back out.
We have
Wayzata's got to clear.
This defensive unit for Centennial's been on the ice for the full minute and a half or more. They need a cover.
It's loose. Heavy on the stick was Fries. Now it comes out to the point.
Just be patient here.
Joseph can walk. She can overskate through. That's tipped, but not all. It doesn't find its way to the goaltender. Now it's out and cleared. We should get an icing. 8-16, 8-14, 8-13, and a freeze. We got about, by my math, 11 seconds on the power play for Wayzata.
And you can see we're starting to wear them down when they take a penalty like that and they get bottled up in their zone for so long. That line got off the ice here, an icing, but they got to come back out here in another minute and a half or so, and they're still going to be feeling that last shift.
It's down a smidge. So I think you mentioned it this period, and I may have been standing on the other side of our stellar camera woman, Addie Joseph here. But it's another short bench that we're playing, right? So we can look to wear this team down, but you know, with the stellar goaltending play that we're getting out of the Centennial Spring Lake Park goaltender, it's good. You know, that motivates a team to keep their legs under them.
Well, it does. She's playing really well, and it'd be nice to get that 2-goal lead to let the dauber go down, they say, for Centennial a little bit more.
So face-off possessed by Centennial. They'll look to put out front. Wayzata's got to get eyes in the slot. Jinx will pick this one up off the wall, play up to Hillman, but behind her, that's a redirected attempt out front, dangerous for Wayzata.
Hillman must not have missed by much because by the reaction of the bench from Centennial.
Hillman on her backhand, you know, as a backhanded winger, trying to peel that thing off the wall and then gather it, try to center it. It's just a little, sometimes it's just not enough time to hit that streak in center.
That's probably the hardest part about being a wing is picking that up. You got to know where the D is here.
So she'll guide this one out of the zone finally. That's then held. Jinx can come through center ice. She'll stick handle through a few, get tripped. One official looks across to the other to see if a hand in the air, and there's not. Bubolt's on to defend. Alvarez will get a piece of that one and glove it wisely. We'll get a full change, offense and defense, forwards and defensemen here. So face-off will come to the left of Alvarez, right of Alvarez, blocker side.
Time for us to pump one in. We don't want the other team to be one weird bounce away from a tie game here.
That'll get a Mead stick, and she can be off to the races. She's in alone. Breakaway attempt. She's going to, mishandles on the backhand attempt. That's a nice breakaway attempt. She's going to get another go at it, though. Now Haran over to Freed. Freed's going to battle to the corner. She'll play up the wall and out of the zone. Good harassment by Mead. Mead's on a heater for this shift. She wants one. Buboltz will chase to the corner. She opens her eyes. She's got two in the slot.
Heavy on your stick.
She'll circle, look for a seam, play up the wall to Haran. Haran tries to backhand it, but can't gather up the attempt. Freed now. She'll backhand to Haran. Haran 1T to Wilson. Wilson tries the 1T, and now she'll be in alone. Don't drop that, just walk in. She'll walk in, pause, trip on the way to the corner. Mead. Russo in late, finds it her skates. And Centennial will clear. Backhand pass over to Haran. Haran off the wall, up to Wilson. She'll drive to the corner. Russo's going to be in alone as her line mates are going to come on with Morris picking up at the half wall. Backhand to the slot. Great attempt. Haran's going to have to pick that one up. Oh, she got post on that one. There was a little gap, sliver of a gap, and she saw it and tried to take it. So that'll be played out. Looks like we're going to get icing. Nope, Alvarez is going to have to play it. Clock ticks down, 5:16 in the second. Loosely played. No Wayzata player wanted that one, it looks like. Now Morris will pick it up. It's 3-on-2, going the other direction. That one's loose. Heavy on your stick, ladies. Played out. It's going to be picked up by Joseph now. Joseph looks center ice. She sees a gap. She can go. Gives way to Russo. Russo back to Joseph. Joseph's going to be on the rush. She'll play to the slot. Little backhand English up and high. I'm not sure.
We got a penalty here. The hook.
Is that a hook?
On Centennial. We get a power play.
Which doesn't come unsurprising again as your legs start to get heavy, your arms start to get heavy. That's an exhaustion kind of play.
Yeah. Well, we got to take advantage of it. You know, puck possession is the name of the game here. We don't need to take, shots into the shin pads or just take shots to take shots. Work them down, keep them tired, keep them on the ice for a long time, and you're going to get that golden chance when you need it.
So Russo calling out her play here. She'll play out to Joseph. Joseph to the corner. That's Morris. Russo will walk a seam, gets converged on. So as has been the recipe, that's a 1T, hits a Morris stick on the way to the goaltender.
So
that'll be played out.
A little too jumpy. We got it. Just use the ice.
Just enough for icing. I thought that was going to stall out just before, Jeff.
Yeah. We've got them running around. And we're just a little quick on making the play instead of drawing that player in and then finding it back out to the point or the corner. It's almost like we're prescribed on what we're going to do before we do it, before we even see what's going on.
What we'll watch is Russo walk in through the circle, right through the dot, and everybody converges, getting that puck back out,
Spread
them out, get them chasing around a little bit, loosen things up. That's how we get shots. This is mishandled for the moment by Noble. Unfortunately, that'll clear. Joseph able to recover though. Good stick work, plays the corner, allows her to catch up with her skates. Morris will be on to support. Played around Noble. Noble's got space. She'll play up to Russo on her backhand. She's gonna go wide. Stay onside now. Sergio just wide of the net. Missing the back to one of these games, Jeff, where we're just missing the net on shots, maybe rushing a little bit too much. Now Aboud can walk in.
All in.
Oh, that was pretty nice.
It was, and it's a great shot. Well, it was really, she stepped in. Emily's a big, tall player, and when you bring in the player, she used the full reach of her body, and the goalie was playing on the body a little bit.
Yep.
So she saw that and took that far side.
Just stuck it out. Like, again, we talked about angles of being able to push the puck away from your, just like you said, you couldn't have said it better. The goalie was playing the body there, and the stick was 4 feet away from the body.
Yeah.
And opened up some space, and she saw net and buried. It's backhanded by Aboud. Aboud wants 2 in the shift. She's playing deep in the zone. She'll play it up off the half wall. She should go back to the corner, but finds Fries in the slot.
She's tired.
Yep. She's gassing a little bit here. Kurtz will play up the wall. 2 Fries. Fries has Hillman barking at cross ice, but just not enough time to get it to her.
What you say right now? Deep and change.
Deep and change.
Get the puck deep and get a change.
Hendricks
A little slash.
up to Hillman. Hillman's going to play through a hook. That is a hold if I've seen one. And he'll be out of the zone. Wilson will give way back to herself. She can drag through. She's going to try to get roughed up, but stays on her skates. Bubolt's in late to support. Played up the half wall. Haran holds. Wilson through center. Bubolt's with the one-time backhand and fans. Wilson's going to go in on that forecheck. Now Bubolt's will meet it at the half wall. Played up through the slot. She's going to get met and out of the zone for Centennial. Jenks will be late but pick up. Steer up the wall and out. Wilson will tip to Buboltz. Buboltz has Mead.
Recognize it.
Back to Buboltz. Oh my! Wasn't sure that play was going to develop the way that it did, and I'm glad that it did.
I'll tell you, that was a pretty play, and it's just fun to watch the girls when they make things happen like that, and the unselfish play, and the fact that Buboltz is ready to pounce on that pass back. One times it into the far side. Goalie had no chance.
To walk that one back, it was a Haran tip from Wilson to Buboltz. Buboltz cleared the blue line over to Mead. Mead back to Buboltz and in.
Well, you got a good memory.
I don't know how many games we've played this season, but it's been something I've been working on over the course of the season. We can't roll the tape back.
No, it was just a beautiful play, and fun to see the girls have success with it.
So Buboltz will call out a play here to the goaltender left, blocker side, unconventional. Jeff, what when you were a goaltender, what was your glove hand?
Left. Traditional left.
Oh, Alvarez has trouble gathering that one. This one, though, she finds in her sweater. A little bit of the gift, as I think she had lost track, maybe struggling to freeze the puck here late in the second period.
Yeah, just kind of squirted through the slot, through the crease, and it was one of those that wasn't close enough to her body, and it was a little too far. It was in that weird zone and just kind of trickled through.
So a pretty big tournament here for the 15s. Not trying to look ahead, but looking at pool play. It's It's Wayzata, Grand Forks, home team Alexandria in Pool 1. Pool 2 is your, this is going to be an attempt. Oh, Sergio with the one time as she's coming in, 3-on-2 attempt. So to continue, I think Pool 2 has a Duluth team that's kind of been hanging around the top 3, top 5 all season, and Edina Green, who has traded places at that one spot all season with Chaska Chan. Can't remember who the third is in that second pool. On top of that, we've got a Wayzata 15B team I can see warming up in the concession area coming on next here for the I think it's a 2:30 or 3 o'clock matinee.
Oh, I didn't realize. That's kind of fun. We got all the 15s here today.
I believe they are staying at the same hotel, which I'm sure there'll be plenty of crossover there as well. So end of the third period, Wayzata finds themselves 3-0 in a 27-11 shots on goal affair. We'll play 17 more minutes of hockey here at Alexandria RCC rink. Tomorrow morning, I can't speak for what the camera angles are going to be, as I know we're on the West rink, and if you're familiar with the West rink, it's cold and it's tight. So we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be a wake up in the morning. We've got an early rise, and then you get to go and breathe some cold air, create some wind chill when you skate fast.
Absolutely.
And before we end the broadcast, we got to say you got to tune in to see Shane Joseph play tonight. Good luck to him. He's playing against the Gopher alumni outside in Shakopee for Hockey Day.
So I think they call that, and it is unofficially coined Gophers versus the Gophers Rejects.
Well, as it should be.
Hockey game, right?
Yeah.
So for those of you that maybe don't know, it is Gophers alum, hand-picked from the top alum that can still do it, and then outstate, WCHA, college hockey Division I teams from all across the state. So I think we've got Mankato represented. We've got should be an excellent hockey game tonight for the alums. And I know Shane Addie's dad has been preparing for over a month, running killers in the backyard. Threw out his back earlier this week. Saw some sort of voodoo magic man get back in place.
Well, if you've seen him lately, he just looks trim. He's obviously been training really hard. Must be eating well.
He's just so fit. Hopefully he gets a nap in and we're not interfering in his nap today.
I was a little worried when they turned TikTok back on because he gets caught up in that and might be watching too much screen time. We wish him well and hopefully he doesn't get hurt.
This is played up ice and out. Not going to have steam for icing. It's going to be Fries and Hillman in. That's played high. Looks like a little step in the Centennial team here to start the third. Mishandled. Yep, they definitely got talked to at the period. And maybe it's a minute and a half, 2-minute break. Kind of get them from Carlton Jeff. We've got 5 on the ice and 5 on the bench. We have Wilson out in front, and she's just been snaked with these last couple of games. Had a couple of prime chances in the slot, and just can't get it to where past that goal.
Chris, Ertzi said audio's off. It's in storm of the very beginning of the first period.
So we're going to check again, mic check 1, 2, see if we've gained audio here back at the 1549 spot. I don't think it was a microphone problem, it was a receiver problem. Had a little bump in the facility. Mead's going to come in alone. She's got another one-time attempt. Just squirts one in. She didn't get all of it, but it rolled like a bowling ball right 5-hole.
can't tell if the mic's working or not right now.
Let's see. One mic is definitely on. We're gonna just restart.
I don't know if that means it's back.
We got one mic on. We're gonna check Jeff. We're gonna get Jeff back hot.
All right.
Again, how many games have we played this year? It's taxing on both the color, the play-by-play. Oh, you got a dead mic.
We got a dead
All right, we're gonna share.
That's okay.
We're gonna share mic. Well, it is for the moment. We got to charge up. So a long season being taxing on both man and equipment here. That's played across to Meade, who's going to look for her second in the shift. Played out front. Wilson now in the corner. She'll play behind the net. So don't know if we had full microphone coverage there. Don't know. I'm sure we got incredible camera coverage so that everybody knows we're up 4-0 with 15:02 here in the third. It's played to the side of the net. Buboltz will scoop up the attempt. Blind pass, kind of anticipating somebody would have been there, but can't look. You gotta be able to look to see who's there.
Long shift by Wayzata there. Meade just getting off the ice. Want a goal number 2 on the same shift.
So that's into the gut of a defenseman. Russo backhand that one just wide.
You know, we've scored 6 goals in the last in each of the last 2 games, and kind of nice to make that mark again. That's a pretty good run on the score sheet in the last couple of games.
Oh,
barely gets across.
Barely miss icing. Played cross ice. Nice hard pass. Russo can gather it. She'll play over to Suraju. Suraju can walk in because she's strong. Hard off the side of the net. Morris will pick it up. She'll get checked into the boards. Just shove. Maybe a little embellishment there, but we'll take it.
Yeah, that's a frustration penalty. Not one you really want to take at this stage of the game. You're talking about dauber, having your dauber down.
That is a dauber down play.
I think it's officially dauber down for Centennial right now.
Yeah, it's looking at, finally cracked the code on this goaltender. That's really, giving up 4 goals on 28 attempts is nothing to bat an eye at. She's played an excellent game here. We found out, I don't know if we mentioned it, I know that you work with her dad, but she also trained with goaltender Alvarez over the summer, so a lot of connection there.
Yeah, they're good friends. In that last goal, I think it was Evie Meade. It was kind of a change-up. That'll screw up a goalie every once in a while. Kind of a lucky goal, but she has played really well.
So possession on a power play is going to wear down a team, and you can just see heavy. I always look for the body cues, Jeff. Shoulders starting to slump, red faces. That means you're tired, and these girls put so much into these games and into these shifts. It's a tough spot to be in when you're only skating 10. That's a shot attempt just up over the shoulder for the goaltender. Comes out to the point. That's going to be a hard attempt. It's played off the elbow. Sergiu gets swept around on her shot attempt.
Slew foot. 16's got a little nasty in her for Centennial.
That'll finally possess out. Friedel will get to the line, but can't be held by the goaltender. Russo plays hard to the corner. Fried's going to come in tight. Harn's going to gather, walk the blue line, hard shot. That was just up into the shoulder and gloved by the goaltender for Centennial, Spring Lake Park. Kind of a tough row of a season. I looked at schedules and records before this game. Centennial not having a lot of luck on the season, but with goaltender play like this, I don't know how they don't have more tighter games.
Yeah, what you don't know either is when you have a short bench like this, running 2 lines, there's been a lot of sickness that runs through the last several weeks. So, you could be a couple weeks where you don't have a full roster on an already depleted bench. So that could play into it.
Be super tough. I can't remember. I was talking talking to a team that's just been bit by that bug recently. Actually, it was the Minneapolis, St. Louis Park, Hopkins Metros. That's another power play goal. Looks like Hillman scooped that one up right in the slot and buried it. Sorry, I'd like to be excited for that one, but the luster gets lost after.
We're trying to get
4.
to 6.
We're trying to get to 6.
We want to get to 6. A, it's running time. It starts happy hour a little bit sooner. And B, that's the streak we're on.
That's the streak we're on. It's nice putting up goals. No question about it. So I was starting to say the Metros, the team that we played at Parade 2 games ago, talking to their head coach, we played them first game up in Fargo, and they looked pretty sluggish. And I found out that there were at least 3 girls that probably wouldn't have played in that game had they had the choice. And they left a couple of girls at home. And so already a short bench, they only have 13, they're down 3, which is why we didn't play them the next Tuesday.
And they had a couple on the bench with helmets on, so I don't know if they were hurt or I wouldn't think they were sick and be on the bench. So They were decimated. And they actually played a pretty good game against us for the first half of the game.
So there's something to be said about a short bench, and there's something to be said about a long bench. And we've been bit by both sickness and injury this season. I think we've definitely played more games without a full bench than we have with the full bench of 17 skaters.
Well, what we were talking about between periods is when you have a big bench, there is advantage, and we wear a lot of teams down like you're seeing right now. But it also tends to make our shifts longer because it takes a little bit longer for them to get out, and so it defeats the purpose to some degree because we get tired legs even though we got a big bench.
I like to equate things always to football, right? So I never really, call me a selfish football player, but I didn't like sharing carries with anybody when I was playing, mostly because I wanted to be in the flow of the game, right? I wanted to continue to be on the field when it was time to be on the field. And I got to believe to some extent that's what comes with a rhythm. That comes with a rhythm of short changes, even with a long bench. Knowing when it's your turn and knowing when you're going to go and trying to have that rhythm of being able to get out.
There's an art to finding the times when you can sneak off the ice, especially as a D on the long change. And you really got to take those opportunities, even if you're a little bit fresh. You don't always know when you're going to get a chance to get off.
Exactly. I think that's a mentality thing, Jeff, as I just think about the psychology with a long bench. It should be, when am I going to get an opportunity to get off? But more often than not, I think with younger players, it's like I got to use my time while I'm here because I don't know when I'm going to get on next.
Yeah, and if one does it, then everybody does it. So you got to figure out how to control that.
Nonetheless, we play on here at 3 periods or 2.5 periods gone in our Game 1 pool game in Alexandria. Picked up at center ice, played forward and in, no icing, waved off into the corner. Gathered by 16 for Centennial. Spring Lake Park played up the wall. Jinx will gather that one, kind of just half hit that one back into the corner. Now it'll be a 3-on-1.
Great by everybody.
Russo holds on to her shutout. Now she's got to make her way back to the corner to thwart off the wraparound. Played up the wall. Morris can't clear. A little bit of pressure here by Centennial. Wayzata on their heels. Jenks will clear that one, and it'll be a clear icing. Just knowing everything just needed to reset.
Yeah, those breakaways, we got to shore those up. It's kind of uncalled for. One of the D has to back up the other, and we're pinching at the wrong time. But it was a good save by Angie for sure. Chris, the ice looks really slow. Does it look slow to you?
It does, and we got to remember we're on our period and a half of dirty ice. We cleared after the first. It is pretty warm in here too. Plus, maybe a little bit irregular conditions considering we got a pretty big construction project happening here in Alexandria on the RCC rink. I think they're planning to add a third sheet of ice, or is this all superficial, trying to get the entryway fixed up? I haven't looked at the plans yet.
It looks to me like it's a big entry and maybe some additional community center activity areas, but I didn't see the plans. I didn't see where they had a footprint for another rink poured out, but it looks like a nice addition, though.
It is, and every time I come up here to Alexandria, I'm just in awe at the size of the community and the amount of support that they put into all of their athletic facilities between softball fields, baseball fields. They had an incredible football stadium and success at all of their high school sports. Even in youth hockey right now, we've got Alexandria, I think, looming around the top 5 for girls 15A. And 15B, I took a peek before we came down here. They're in their top 5. They're one of the top teams in the state as well. So good support from the community and just clearly a love for athletics.
Well, it's a community that has a lot of pride. There we go, breakaway.
So Meade with her 3rd breakaway attempt on the game. She's going to bury that one just over the glove of the goaltender. Kind of froze her. I think maybe she dropped down a little bit early and just pinched it right up over the top of the shoulder.
That's tired. That's a tired goaltender there. We got to 6.
Got to 6. So dare we get to 7? We got 6.5, 6:40 here left in the 3rd. Looks like we're going to go running time for the remainder of this one, unless Centennial can pot one and bring it within 5.
Well, I was talking about a lot of pride in this community. I have some really good friends that are from here, and it's a place that people come back to. They have pride in this small community, and they do support their athletics and their sports. Here's another one.
Ooh, nice glove save there. She's not quite tired to the point that she's quit, so that's a good sign. Looks like Alexandria was on the glass to come out for the next game. They got very similar uniforms, looks like, to Centennial. It's a fanned attempt, cleared. Wayzata will hustle back on defense. Dakota Kurtz will stand in front of one, tip it wide. Played hard into the corner. Wilson took her eyes up. Looks like me on the tee box once in a while. Took her eye off the tee.
And she just decided to put her head down and drive the legs and the girl into the boards. Good for you, Kiana.
Yeah, that's actually what I do when I miss my tee shot too. I just fall over and drive the legs. Just reset. So face off to the right of Alvarez here. Stumbled but picked up by Joseph behind her own net. Played out front. Bubolto backhand.
Far side.
She's going to look to go wide. Good angle play. Plays out front to driving Joseph. Joseph puts one into a dangerous spot. Played up the wall. Kurtz is going to be able to gather that one through the neutral zone. Now she's got space. Ooh, didn't need to force that pass. I thought she had a lane to skate. Overskated by Morris there, but picked up by Sergio. That one sneaks past Kurtz and is a shot on net for Centennial, Spring Lake Park. Played out of the zone, Sergio. She'll play up the wall, just bullying her way through 2 defenders. Played up the wall, gathered by Abud, and she's going to look across ice to Morris. It's going to be Morris and Russo. Morris can come in alone. She tries to put one far side, but can't find the armpit.
Far side?
Is that
I think she tried to put right through her belly button.
That was guts. Let's call out to my play-by-play from the other night. Just a guts shot, and we know Izzy's done that plenty of times as she called in the play-by-play the other night. Big thank you again to Izzy Morris stepping in. I needed a little break and a recovery for the game, and put it out on GroupMe. Can I get some help? And got an immediate response from the Morrises that said Izzy will do it. And I quizzed her before. I was like, Izzy, you sure you're up for this? And she says, might as well be. I do it in my head all the time anyway.
Oh,
so she was ready to go.
Well, she had a big smile on her face when I asked her how it was going, and it's good to have a lot of different voices, and great she had an opportunity to do it. And what I heard from everybody is she just killed it. So she'll have to have her back and do that again. I'm
worried about losing a job based on all the comments that I got. So Izzy, if you're listening and you're watching, we'll have you anytime. You are on, and you have the open mic anytime you want it. So Jenks will one-time this one, tries to get to the dot, played out front, now it'll collected by a Bood. Bood's going to kill a little bit of time, 2:44 and ticking. Now Morris. Morris tries a hard angle shot. Again, Guts. I think that'll be her nickname for the weekend. We'll just call her Guts. She knows it. She sees it. She's skating off.
She might have shot that because of the end of her shift and she was tired, but she definitely had a lot of time to just walk into the goaltender. The goaltender was in the net. You just flip that one up over the ear and into the back of the net next time.
So Freed at the point. She'll pause. Try to put one through traffic. Ooh. Bladed and gloved. Jeff, is that what we're teaching, or is that just lucky? Like tip, angle the blade into the glove. That seems super dangerous to
me. You do see that every once in a while, but I wouldn't.
Not something you're going to endorse. It looks kind of neat.
Looks dangerous.
Yeah. This will be Harn out front. She'll put a heart. Ooh, that one found its way through traffic in the back of the net. So we got to 7 on a Harn, 2 inches off the ice. I think goalie screened. Don't know that got a tip and found the back of the net. So this one seems to be in hand for Wayzata. We got a minute and a half ticking. Late in the third. Shots on goal 38-14. I don't know how official that is, but we'll take it. Both teams look to be stepping off the gas a little bit, maybe playing a little, as we would call in Wayzata, clapbridge hockey. Just trying to work on some skit things, maybe do some things that we don't normally try. Played cross ice by Hillman, tries to put it in the blue paint, but steered away by Centennial. Hendricks will be the benefactor. She puts it into a shin. Top of the circle and out for Centennial. Freed's gonna pinch at center ice. Caught one up in the earlobe and we play on. Fries will gather. She'll play into a skate. Haran will drag through center. Knee hockey pass up through the neutral zone. Should be, nope, they're gonna wave icing off. Wouldn't have got there anyway. Hillman races. Played out front. There's 4 girls for Centennial below the goal line. Not sure that's ideal. Joseph tries to put back in, intercepted. She'll pick up and stick back into the zone. Wilson, Hillman now, as she was trying for the bench, but found a lucky puck on her blade. 1 second, ref. And that'll bring us to the horn and the end of this hockey game. So Wayzata with 7 goals in the affair, and they win 7-0 over Centennial. Angie does herself a favor on the one breakaway attempt and saves the shutout for herself.
Yeah, she played well, and good to see us get the shutout. 7 goals. Get some nourishment tonight. Get some sleep. Heads in beds early. Looks like we got a little bit of clown activity going in the. Of course, that's Hendricks.
Yeah, nothing but the best.
Fleet of foot. But nonetheless, a good start to the weekend here.
All right, we'll catch everybody bright and early, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Alexandria, home team. We need everybody's good vibes. See you tomorrow.